Let's put everything back in place. This is the bottom cover, this is the top cover, this is the planetary. Planetary goes underneath here. As you can have this gear, goes on top of the planetary. Now we do have 5 shims, 2 small flat, 2 small bent, and the big one. Bottom side gets the bent ones, the small bent ones. Basically the gear sits like on a spring, that's why it's bent. They are the same, these two. The large one goes at the bottom for the main gear, if you can call it like this. This goes again against the planetary and sits on a shim. There is no shim on top of this one. So it's going to spin like this. Then we have a larger gear, smaller gear. The larger one goes in the center. We put first the small one, will sit like this. It sits on a shim. Oops. And we'll have another shim on top of it, flat. This one, the bigger one, sits the other way and will engage at the bottom with this guy and at the top with this guy. So just match them. Remember, we did put a bent shim for it, and it gets also a flat shim at the top. Basically, the flat shim will sit against that hole. And then we get the gear that goes on the plastic gear. So this being the bottom, the thread goes at the top. There is no shim. There is no shim on either side for this gear here. So it does engage like this, and it's going to spin the whole train. This one again goes at the plastic gear through this hole. The plastic gear, it's outside. The plastic gear does have a washer underneath outside. So there is a single washer for the plastic gear. There is no washers or shims for this thing. So this one got 2 shims, this one got 2 shims, this one got 1 shim, and we have for the front accessory, whatever grinder you have, this another gear which will engage with this one here. There is again no shims for the front horizontal gear on either side. And the planetary also, I did not get any shim on it. It has a knot underneath obviously, and this will engage underneath the big gear that's fixed on the underneath this cover.